You got it.
Okay, enough about the thing. Got to talk about the match. GG Zeus versus SS Tr0y.
Yep.
Squatter Squad versus Greek Gods. Let's get into it.
Okay, perfect. So this is actually the experiment that I was trying to do earlier today, which was I was trying to figure out how am I going to take out Sonics that are generally being really a bit difficult. That like the hit and run tactics, that like rolling in, that like using that side B, the homing attacks. And that's where I feel like Roy can really capitalize. If they're just dashing at you and rolling at you, look for that down tilt. If they're starting to come at you from up higher angles, start using forward tilt, and you can angle that depending on their trajectory and how they're coming at you.
I think it can be really tough for Roy at times as well if he doesn't have the right read on when the Sonic player is going to be approaching, primarily because Sonic is able to go around the stage so quickly. He can use tools like shield stops just to basically bait out Tr0y into using preemptive options, and because even though he has the disjointed hitbox, he doesn't necessarily have options that he can act super quickly out of relatively consistently. Of course, he does have some tools like that down tilt, but Zeus, oh man, the way that he's playing right now, he's just absolutely stuffing out all of the decisions that Tr0y is making. Gets a down tilt, but doesn't really find that much of a follow-up afterwards, but he's still on the chase. Has Zeus backed into the corner here. This is where he needs to make some moves. Gets the F smash, but unlike Marth, that hitbox, the main sweet spot of it is not on the tipper, it's at the hilt, and he's able to connect with it right there to go ahead and take the stock.
So now Zeus is going to be coming in, and he's going to generally try to use dash attack quite a bit. Look at that. 3 times. And you're going to use that up B to send the projectile downward to cover up the angles so that way Tr0y can't really approach back onto the stage and grab for the sweet spot. There is the forward smash off of the throw. If you don't DI that correctly, you're going to get duffed, just straight up. And it's the same thing with Marth. It's that tried and true, right? Down and away, down and away, down and away. Always keep thinking that, right?
I think that, this might be kind of controversial, but especially seeing a lot of Sonics in Smash 4 in particular, I feel like the way to kind of play this is as close to face as possible, right? In the sense that you have to make it so that Sonic doesn't have that much room to run around with in general. You want to corner them as quickly as possible, because look at what Tr0y's been able to do every time he's been able to corner Zeus, right? Whereas if Zeus is able to run full screen, then he has those mix-ups, and he has those down airs off stage. Tr0y losing that stock.
I love
Zeus not afraid to style, continuing this offensive barrage, putting on 90%, 28 and counting.
Dude, the dive kick setup. It's like, oh, and the up B. That's it. And it's as simple as that. Look, you shot. It's because you have swordsmen that have linear recoveries that have to come up at a specific arc. If they get pushed down, they're going to be outside of the range because they're already anticipating to get that much closer to go for it. It's really linear. You don't have much room to work with because you're already going to fall fast. So it's as simple as putting down a projectile right there where you're anticipating they're going to go, and it's going to box them out. They don't get a chance after that, especially on a stage where you have that lowered to the blast zone at the bottom. Yeah, you don't get a chance to come back.
Looking at that last match, I felt like Tr0y really excelled anytime he had Zeus in the corner, whenever he would stifle some of those movement options, and he could really utilize that disjointed hitbox that Roy has to really stuff out some of the options that Zeus would be choosing. So I'd like to see more of that kind of game, more of a game where it's around taking away as much of the stage as possible from Zeus, because as we're seeing right now, anytime Zeus has free reign when it comes to the stage, he makes magic happen.
Like
Look at that fair, coming in so clutch, taking stock 1 despite a pretty solid start from Tr0y.
And it's not free by any means. That fair needs to be hit exactly on the heel. As soon as the foot starts coming down and starts going horizontal, that's when you really want to clock them with that. And that's when you can send them downwards. So you really have to put in the time like Zeus has with this character. We've seen this isn't the only character this guy has. He has tons of pocket characters, but his Sonic these days has been ridiculous off of a roll straight into forward smash.
He's fearless. Jet Li. Go ahead and make a film about it. Ooh, interesting. Early recovery that time. Doesn't want to fall for Zeus's forward air shenanigans like he's been able to pull off so many times.
Yep, again. And now he does. You saw exactly as he shot up there. He thought he was going to overextend and go over the edge, and that's where the forward tilt was waiting for him. Now, the dash attack whiffing there. Ooh, interesting. He sets up, tries to take him to the top platform. He's going to look for a double jump back air. The thing is that with these platforms constantly moving and adjusting, you have ways that you can just look for the back airs, especially if you have center stage. Roy's really thrive as soon as they put their back to you and get those back airs. That forward smash is going to take it.
Stuffed him out. I don't know. I feel like that approach may have been a little bit too telegraphed. Tr0y was able to call that out pretty perfectly. He ends up actually taking the lead. Ooh, try to clock him, but there's the Epto covering his mistakes.
And you saw that time he went out for the fair, but he was a bit too close to the center. And that's the hitbox that I was talking about, that doesn't send them downwards, instead sends them a bit more out horizontally. Good, perfect shield on the dash attack.
I'm digging it. Zeus is using these F-tilts pretty nicely. It's nice. It's nice because it has a little bit of range, kind of stops Sonic a little bit, and I think it's just a good spacing tool overall, and it kind of, to some extent, deals with the disjoint. Obviously, it's not the perfect answer, but it gets the job done because of how quick it comes out, along with the range that it has.
2 dash attack follow-ups. You'll see that Sonics do that. If they hit the first dash attack and you don't tech, they are not afraid to go for a second time. If Zeus was a little bit further to the right before he did the up B, that could have been curtains for Tr0y. There's the forward throw off the side. Up B, yet again. This is exactly what we're talking about. We know the trajectory that they want to come at. Let's just chuck another thing in the way.
And there's the spring once again. Tr0y gets mangled by it, and he's down to 1 stock. Has to somehow figure out a way around this and make sure he can make this clutch.
Okay. So he's doing a good job of crouch canceling against the dash attack that came in. As soon as you see him start moving in, you can crouch cancel and pivot grab if they overextend. Ooh, forward smash is going to be able to take it. Now we're down to an even game, folks. 11% difference between the two of them, only growing. If Tr0y gets thrown off stage again, though, Zeus may be able to capitalize, as he has been doing throughout the set.
This is exactly where Tr0y needs to be. He has Zeus off stage in the corner.
Oh! If he was a little bit closer.
Just a little bit closer, perhaps, but it's definitely going to cost him. Zeus retaining some nice stage control. He's been able to make magic happen so far, but he's in the corner there, and Tr0y able to capitalize so nicely.
Man. And just like that, Tr0y finally hits his mark. Takes him out there.
There's apparently like a documentary crew here today. Did you catch any of that? Because that was great. That was awesome. Way too much fun here at IaB. So absolutely loving it. I like, once again, Tr0y's decisions, I think, at the corner really came in clutch.
Yeah.
We saw sometimes he kind of swung for the fences, and it cost him one time, but whenever he's able to kind of bide his time and he's able to look for any time Zeus recovers on stage, he's able to go ahead and space himself in a way where that F smash can connect and he can take those stocks so decisively. But this is a much bigger stage, which means that Zeus is going to have even more room to run around, and it's going to be that much more difficult for Tr0y to go ahead and corner Zeus. I'm curious to see what adjustments we're going to be seeing as we go into Game 3 on Smashville.
Now, I think you touched on a good point in Game 1, which was when it comes to Sonic, you definitely want to do your best to corner him, because once he has that movement speed, once he gets the ability to move and get those dash attacks and those side Bs out, he's still fine. Don't worry, by the way. Whenever you get that extra mobility, that does add a lot to this character. His dash dance game is ridiculous. It's pretty nuts to work with. So when you get a chance to corner somebody like that in the side, they know that they don't have really any other options. Ooh, that counter getting hit.
Yeah, I think Tr0y was trying to maybe scope out some aggression from Zeus, but Zeus played it patiently, and look at the reward that he has. We're down to an even stock game as it's 3 apiece just as we pass the minute mark.
And now you're seeing Zeus going in there yet again with the dash attack. He was hoping that he had just stopped in time and he was going to go ahead and pivot and try to grab, but Tr0y was on the offensive. Now he's kind of on the receiving end, though. Up smash. Wow.
Yo,
up tilts.
Yeah, these combos from Zeus, really interesting. He's not afraid to use the dare, kind of to reset the situation and continue those strings. Already having Tr0y
off the top. No, not going to be enough. The fair is still not going to be able to catch him.
Oh, man, maybe a little bit of overextension, but Tr0y, he didn't space his F smash proper. Nice. I love the jump back, but Zeus right there to go ahead and punish the non-sweet spot recovery. Really good recovery decisions once again from Tr0y. He's not out of this just yet. He can still bring this back, seeing as he has Zeus in the corner, but that top platform, that moving platform, actually giving him an option, a bailout option to escape some of the corner pressure exerted by Tr0y.
And now Zeus finishing him off just simple and clean with that forward tilt. Zeus had a lot of oddball moments there where he could have finished him potentially whenever he had Tr0y off stage, but he maybe did up B a bit too early. Or he had, whoa, he went from dash attack straight into grab. That was pretty interesting. So he has the tools, and he does a good job of whenever he pushes them out and corners them out. But right now, all that's going through Zeus's head is, I need to get this guy off stage. Like this.
Oh! I mean, he kind of sends himself off stage, and there's the punish. F smash connects right on the dome. 2 stocks apiece, but Tr0y at 70%.
Finish him. Forward air. Oh, doesn't get him. See, if he had done up B immediately into forward air, he had the potential to send Tr0y further down. He would have then had to use side B to get back onto the stage, but it would have put Tr0y in a precarious position. Now Tr0y, though, still on the receiving end. He's watching out for back airs. He's looking for those dash attacks. He's trying to see if he can just get a tilt out at the right time, because Zeus is capitalizing. He can take him off the top here multiple times. We can see him go for fair. It's not going to be enough to finish him here, though. Tr0y, though, rough spot.
He's grabbed
wave dash on, forward smash.
I like the grabs that we're seeing from Zeus as well, mixing it up, making it so that he had conditioned him to the point where he was expecting aggression. That's why we saw the counter before. Now he uses the shield, and Zeus is right there with the counter to that with those grabs. Maybe get another grab here. We've seen him make magic happen, but the mix-up game from Zeus right now I feel is just too much for Tr0y to handle. He finds himself in the clutches of the grab, doesn't get the sweet spot on the forward air. This might be a chance for Tr0y to go ahead and even up the stocks.
He's looking for the back air. He gets the back air. That's going to be it. 25%. That's all it's going to take. Now, one game apiece. Stream. Let me see. Let me get some ones for Zeus, 2 for Tr0y. But right now, Tr0y's doing a good job of holding the stage. Easy back throw into down tilt. That's the same answer that you're going to be seeing a lot of the time.
Man, that really brilliant counterpick actually from Zeus. The top platform has given him so many options to go ahead and get himself out of that corner anytime that Tr0y gets him there, making it that much more difficult for Tr0y, who's right now sitting at about a 20% deficit, but he's almost so close to making this an even game.
They're pretty close right now. Zeus finally converting into the grab, looking for the up air. He's building percentage. He knows that there's not a ton of things that Tr0y's going to have in store for him as he comes down for the down air. Looks for the back air. There it is.
Oh, man. Zeus may have overcommitted a little bit. Top platform coming in clutch. How is Tr0y going to respond?
It's anyone's game right now. There's the forward smash to finish him off.
Wow. I love it from Tr0y. I love it. The one time that Zeus was being a little bit overly aggressive whenever Tr0y put him on tilt, and he had that F smash waiting, falls right into the clutches of it, and ends up actually going down. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yep.
I was pleasantly surprised, but Tr0y, the Wonder Boy, coming out on top, taking that set 2-1 over Zeus.